Welcome to Frederick at its best. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner, and we're gathered here today to talk about emergency preparedness because September is National Preparedness Month. The theme for this year's National Preparedness Month is Prepared, Not Scared. During September, businesses and residents are encouraged to consider steps that they can take to keep themselves and our community safe. By being prepared for emergencies and developing practical responses before disasters strike. As part of National Preparedness Month, the Frederick County Division of Emergency Management and our partners are reaching out to the community to explain why it is important for people to take a few moments and be prepared. You may have seen them at the Frederick Keys baseball game for Preparedness Night in late August. And there are a number of opportunities during Preparedness Month for Frederick County residents to learn about how to prepare themselves and their families. Two groups, the voluntary organizations Active in Disaster and the Citizens Corps Council, are holding a meeting focused on preparedness. It is scheduled to take place on Tuesday, September 10th at 7 p.m. at the American Legion FSK Post 11 on Tawney Avenue. There will also be a community preparedness training seminar on Saturday, September 14th, where people can learn how to stop severe bleeding, perform CPR, and other life-saving skills. The seminar is offered several times a year by the county's Division of Emergency Management, Fire and Rescue Services, the Sheriff's Office, and the Frederick City Police Department. This seminar will take place from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Safety Training Facility on Reichsford Road. If you're interested in what county agencies are doing to prepare for emergencies, you may want to watch a televised meeting of the local emergency planning committee, which will take place on Monday, September 16th at 7 p.m. here in Winchester Hall. The main messages will be first, how to prepare before an emergency, second, what to do during an emergency, and third, how to recover afterwards. There are several important steps that you can take to be prepared. Know the possible risks and dangers in your community and the signs of them. Ensure you have proper insurance coverage on your home or business. Develop an emergency plan both at home and where you work. And I always say share that emergency plan with your children so that they know what they need to do when they're at school. And of course that is to follow the instructions they're given by school officials. Assemble a disaster supply kit for your home or business. Stay informed and be ready to help others. During an emergency, it is a time to put your plan into action. Remember, it's important to help others, especially seniors or people with disabilities that you may know who may need a hand, and follow the advice and direction of the local officials who are managing and responding to the emergency. After an incident, you can speed up your recovery by evaluating your home for damage, repairing property damage after your insurance company has inspected it, and take steps to prevent or reduce future loss. Being prepared can reduce fear and anxiety, as well as the actual losses that accompany a disaster. Every home emergency kit should include a 3 to 7 day supply of water for each individual living in your home, including your pets, and ready-to-eat non-perishable foods. Now don't forget to include a manual can opener, which you may need to access that food. Have a battery-powered radio, flashlight, and extra batteries. And I always say the battery-powered radio is one of the most important things that you can have so that you can listen and find out what instructions are coming from your local officials. The kit should also have first aid supplies, any prescription and non-prescription medications that are needed, and copies of important documents. Now, after you make a plan, it's important that you discuss it with your family members and neighbors. Don't forget to make special plans for people with special needs, including elderly family members and people with disabilities. Identify 2 places to meet, one near your home and one outside the area of your home in case it is not possible for you to return home. Select an out-of-area person to be your emergency contact and have everyone in your household report to that person when they are safe. In Frederick County, we face dangers from thunderstorms, flash flooding, heavy snow, and strong winds. A recent summer storm brought down so many power lines and poles that the State Highway Administration had to close a portion of Route 80, a busy commuter route, for several days. We always have an active and updated list of road closures on the county's webpage, and sometimes it's actually right there on the homepage when there's an incident, but you can always find it at frederickcountymd.gov/roadclosed. So now I'll read the proclamation and then introduce the people who are standing here joining me. So whereas National Preparedness Month is marked each September to encourage citizens across the United States to prepare their homes, businesses, and community for any types of emergency, including natural disasters, all the way through potential terrorist attacks. And whereas residents and businesses can prepare themselves for emergencies by taking simple steps, organizing an emergency supply kit, making a personal preparedness plan, becoming informed about different threats and risks in the area, and getting involved in preparing their community. These activities create a culture of preparedness and help to save lives. Whereas the Federal Emergency Management Agency set a theme for this year's National Preparedness Month of Prepared, Not Scared, residents and businesses should take the necessary steps now to prepare, not just today, but throughout the year. And whereas this month, I also pay tribute to all of our emergency partners and first responders who put themselves at risk for the safety of their fellow citizens. Law enforcement officers, fire and rescue personnel, emergency services personnel, and animal control officers exemplify the compassion and commitment that help to ensure a bright future for Frederick County. So now, therefore, as the County Executive of Frederick County, Maryland, I hereby proclaim September 2019 as National Preparedness Month in Frederick County and commend this observance to all of our citizens. So I think I'm first going to pass the microphone to Jack Markey, who's in charge of emergency management in Frederick County.
Thank you, Madam County Executive. For all those in the viewing audience, we encourage everyone to take that first step. The hardest part of preparing is to make that commitment and to take that first step. And the County Executive laid out an excellent set of examples of steps that people can take. The most important one is to communicate with those you work with, those you love, those you're responsible for, and take that first step. Have that conversation, be aware of your risks, take steps to address them, even if you don't feel you can take them all at one time. Work together as a team, as a family, as a business to do that. What you see on stage here today is a portion of our community's response to emergencies, and we work together every day to make sure that Frederick County is a safe and prepared community to respond to whatever may come our way. So thank you.
Tom Coe with the Frederick County Division of Fire and Rescue Services. The importance of preparedness for the citizens in Frederick County really allows them to come up with their plan and handle emergencies, plan to handle emergencies before they happen. That allows the public safety responders in Frederick County to concentrate on response to those who can't help themselves. So being prepared for emergencies for your family allows us to help the greater good.
Scott Blundell, Supervisor of Security and Emergency Management for Frederick County Public Schools. Our office provides support and guidance for all schools, students, and staff members to prepare for, mitigate, respond to, and recover from emergencies that all the schools may face. We communicate and collaborate with the emergency responders that come to our schools to provide support. We look forward to having a positive emergency management month.
Brian Easterday, the Assistant Director of Frederick County Emergency Communications.
I'm Monica Beard, and I'm the Director of the Citizen Services Division of Frederick County Government. And our responsibility in the event of an emergency would be to provide shelter or a family assistance center for the community should such a need arise. And we are very grateful to work with everyone on this stage as partners in that endeavor.
Christy Dutrow, Emergency Communications. We're 24-hour operations where we take the 911 calls along with non-emergency calls. We are there to get the help to you. We can get highway, we can get the county maintenance, we can get utility companies, and that goes along with all the fire rescue and police agencies.
I'm Jeremy Courtwright with the Frederick County Division of Parks and Recreation, and my staff and my team work with these individuals to make sure our parks and our facilities downtown are secure and that our recreation programs are secure at the school sites that we occupy.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Francis, Executive Director, and I represent Frederick Community College and the Mid-Atlantic Center for Emergency Management and Public Safety. So from Frederick's higher education community, we encourage you to continue to prepare through training, education, and exercises. Be safe, continue learning, and continue to practice. Thank you.
My name is James Enzer. I'm an intern with Emergency Preparedness. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to the next person.
Good morning, Robin Chesko. I'm also with Frederick Community College. I'm the Public Safeties Program Manager for Police, Fire, Criminal Justice, and Corrections.
Good morning, I'm Rohan Brown. I'm planner with Frederick County Emergency Management. Please don't forget to sign up for alerts at www.frederickcountymd.gov/alerts.
Hi, I'm Linda Shea. I'm the director for Frederick County Division of Animal Control. Emergency preparedness for pets is not restricted to natural disasters. Last year, Animal Control responded 74 times to assist police officers, law enforcement, fire rescue, where pets were present in car accidents, house fires, and so forth. So you want to make sure that you include your pets in any planning. You can call Animal Control at 301-600-1546 for more information.
Thank you, County Executive. I'm Dr. Randy Culpepper, Deputy Health Officer of the Frederick County Health Department. We are working 24/7 to prepare for that medical response to any disaster response in our community. And I just want to echo what Jack Markey said from Emergency Management. What you see on the stage here is just a small portion of the incredible team of individuals throughout the county that work every day to help prepare and support you in the community and make sure that we're all safe. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kevin Fox, Director of Volunteer Fire Rescue Services. I work along with our 25 volunteer fire rescue corporations who are always seeking active volunteers, both administrative and operational. So please, if you're interested in volunteering in your local fire department, reach out to our volunteer recruiter, 301-600-2281. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dennis Dudley in Emergency Management. I'm the Director of Emergency Preparedness. And if you need information on making your plan or making a kit, you can come to our website, frederickcountymd.gov, under Emergency Management, and we have a lot of resources there for you to help you do that.
I'm Rick Little, and I'm with the Division of IT for Frederick County Government. We provide the computer service and support for all the county agencies, along with law enforcement, fire and rescue, and our 911 center here in Frederick County. And my advice is back up your electronic devices and write down your contact information, because that phone might not be available when you need that number.
Good day, I'm Todd Johnson with the Frederick County Health Department, the Public Health Preparedness Program. I also happen to be the current chair of the Volunteer Organizations Active in Disaster and Citizen Corps Council that the County Executive mentioned earlier for Frederick County. And I want to point out the fourth week of National Preparedness Month, the week of September 22nd to 30th, is Get Involved in Your Community's Preparedness. And as you just heard Chief Fox mention, that could be hooking up with your local fire and rescue company. It could be working with the American Red Cross or Maryland Responds or any of the other faith-based, community-based, and non-governmental organizations that respond to emergencies big and small in Frederick County. And I'd just also like to include that plug. Don't forget, we're meeting on September 10th at 7 p.m. at the American Legion. If you want to know more about VOAD, CCC, because we like acronyms, come on out.
All right, Dave Johnston with the Department of Homeland Security. I'd like to say, in the end of the day, it all starts and ends local. You're very, very fortunate here in Frederick County to have a tremendous group of first responders. But that being said, the people of Frederick County are equally important, because you are the help until help arrives. So by taking the time and going to the different initiatives and going to the training offered here today, there's not only going to help yourself, but your neighbors and the community as a whole.
I'm Shane Darwick. I'm the Assistant Chief of Frederick County Volunteer Fire Rescue Services. Come out and see us on September 14th at the Public Safety Training Academy.
I'm Steve Leatherman, Deputy Chief Fire and Rescue and part of the Fire and Rescue team.
Chuck Knipe, Division Director for the Division of Public Works. I'd like to thank Executive Gardner for all her support as we prepare for preparedness, and also the support that we get from everyone up here when we work to open roadways and keep county facilities operational.
My name is Lauren Vandergrift. I'm the Director of Risk Management for Frederick County. Our job is to keep the employees safe here that work for Frederick County, as well as the visitors and guests that we have at our facilities and our parks and other lovely locations around the county. And we do that by coordinating with all these wonderful people here on stage, and I just thank you all for your collaboration and getting everyone home safe. Thank you.
Good morning, Pat Grossman. I'm the Deputy Chief of the Frederick Police Department. Just to echo the outstanding partnerships of all the different disciplines that you see up here on the stage, because sometimes each of us could be a primary, secondary, or serve a tertiary role, in any type of natural disaster or man-made event. Some of the things I would just like to bring up is, again, please go to your smartphones and download the Frederick Police Department app, where we put numerous alerts out, as well as follow the cityofFrederick.com. And also the county website for any updates to any sort of disaster or any sort of road closure or anything like that that you may experience.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really want to thank all of our partners who are here today for what they do each and every day to keep us safe in our communities. And I think for those of you who are watching, it very clearly demonstrates that Frederick County is fortunate to have such excellent professionals watching out for us and helping us to be prepared and to be safe for the future. It really does take a lot of people, and there is a lot of planning that takes place. For many of you who are my age or maybe slightly older, you may remember planning fire emergency plans in your home and how you would get out of your home in case of a fire. Certainly I remember that, and I remember doing that with my own children. But now we're asking you to punch it up a notch to make sure that you're prepared for fires, certainly, but for more types of emergencies with that home kit to make sure you have that battery-operated radio, and to really take advantage of what's out there with the apps, signing up for the alerts, which you can do at frederickcountymd.gov/alerts. And to really stay informed. If you want more information about preparedness, you can go to frederickcountymd.gov/ready and get as much information as you could possibly need for that. And I want you to think about informing and taking care of your family, from your children to the people that you work with, all the way up to your senior citizens and your parents. I know I have parents who are in their 90s, and I know that in case of any emergency, that their neighbors will respond to them and take care of them. And I think that's very important that we think about all of these things in advance. So again, as a final note, I want to encourage you to register to receive that alert information, and I want to thank you for joining us for Frederick at its best.